Howdy everyone, Nimby here. This morning we're going to be tying up Kalama Special. We're starting off with, what are we doing? Uni 6/0, just in black. Um, yeah, we'll stick with black. There is an option to use a lighter colored thread here, like white, because the body is yellow. Um, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll use white for the first part of this fly. So I have some handy here. I am using YouTube's new dual streaming setup first time this morning, so if anyone notices anything funky or if it's not coming through or not feeding out, let me know. It's probably going to take me a bit to get the stream to adjust to it properly. I'm going to have to set up a proper horizontal and vertical feed. They just released it to Canada yesterday. I think it's been out in the States for a good month or so now. But yeah, if anyone notices anything with the new feed, if there's any issues or problems at all, please let me know. It's probably going to take me a couple days of monkeying with it to get it to work correctly. Might have to just switch back to the old way, but it would be nice to have the horizontal and vertical feeds. Right now my horizontal feed just is a cropped version of my um, vertical feed until I get my camera set up. It would be nice for the people watching on TV and stuff to have a same horizontal feed. But all that being said, yep, if there's any issues, please let me know. If the quality or anything is different than normal, let me know. We can battle those demons. Okay, so we're going to start off with a thread base of white here. And we're going to bring that all the way back. In this case, I'm using a different shaped hook, which is more of something I would use for like a stimulator. But size 6. And we're going to go with it. I just want to see how it looks on this pattern. This one was originally tied on similar hooks that were more of the Japanese kind of steelhead salmon style. But they had a much more swept down back. So I'm just gonna try this out and see how this goes. I don't think it's gonna look bad at all. We're starting off with a red spay hackle rooster we're gonna be using for the tail. Just gonna strip off all the fuzzy stuff. There we are. So yeah, if anyone that's watching, if you guys notice anything funky with the stream, please let me know. I'll endeavor to adjust everything as we go over the next few days here. Just looking at it myself, it doesn't look quite as sharp as it normally does, but it could just be me. But everything looks okay as far as the info it's sending me. Yeah, this is new, just came out yesterday, so we'll see how it works. It's supposed to take the vertical and the horizontal stream and put the chats together. So hopefully it's actually doing that. We're going to take off a gap height in red there. Hopefully my audio is coming through okay. Let's see here. Just gonna switch back to the other streaming software. Yeah, mic seems to be working. Music. Huh. Yeah, okay. Well, it seems to be working. Hopefully YouTube's doing their end of things. So we want the tail to be a little bit sparse. But like the working length of the body. So not a huge thick tail. You can see it's just kind of a medium to sparse size. And we're going to do the working length of the body here. Oh, that was unlucky. I just smacked my thread there. I'm going to try and actually hold up. Yeah, I really wrecked my thread. Wonderful way to start the fly, eh? Okay, let's fix that up 1 second. Blah. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this off here and then restart the hook there. I just hit my thread right there on the hook point. Wasn't paying enough attention clearly. Well, that's fine. We're just gonna throw a couple half hitches and start over. I'll cut this off. Dang, that hook point is sharp. Holy bugger. Well, that's a good thing. That's kind of the point, I guess. Okay, let's get this thread cut off. Alright, starting over. Wow, just grazed my thumb against it. That's a wicked sharp hook end. Not sure what brand these are, but wow. They're pokey. Okay. Alright, so back with the rooster spay hackle for the tail. Just gonna repack this because I had to set it down. That looks about good. We're gonna go for the working body length. Transfer that over. Bring her up. Bring her down. There, that's looking good. Alright. I'm just gonna snip off a little bit of the rachis end here just so it doesn't make a lump, and then we'll tie that into the body. I'm using the white thread because our main body component is yellow wool yarn today, and that will show through the black and turn into like a gray color, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's lots of patterns that take advantage of that, where they'll start off like as it soaks in the water it'll turn grayer and grayer, and it's actually a decent way to imitate bait fish body, because there's quite a few bait fish out there that are on that yellow to gray cast, so it does actually work well. That being said, for this first one, a lot of the older pictures I have of this fly show it being tied with white thread, but I also have lots of pictures showing it being tied with black thread. I don't think it matters terribly much. We're just going to start off with white. A looks like we got 62 people in the chat, but my chat isn't working, so if anyone's able to say hello for me, that would be great. I just want to make sure the chat's working because we're using this new streaming setup that YouTube released last night. And I know I'm gonna need to make some adjustments, so things are gonna be a little bit off today, and I apologize for that. But I thought I'd give it a try and see if it works at all, or what I need to adjust. I'm assuming I probably got some of the regulars floating around in there, like Rob and stuff. Here, tell you what, I'm gonna say hello to myself and see if that even works. Okay, well, mine seemed to work, so yeah, if you're watching, please just shout a hello in the chat there for me, if you wouldn't mind. I just want to see if it's functioning or not. Normally I wouldn't be too concerned, but like I said, we're just trying out this new dual streaming setup that YouTube released last night for Canada. I think it's been going for close to a month for the US, if I recall correctly from the creator memos. Okay, so we're gonna stick this yellow. Oh yeah, sorry, I got yabbering. I didn't actually show the material. So we're just using a, was it 57? 57 punch card yellow in wool. Alright, and the next thing that we're going to be tying in, it calls for a light golden badger. I actually happen to have some. And this is going to be palmered all the way up the front. We've got this beautiful, kind of speckled a little bit, really nice and light golden badger that we're going to palmer all the way up the body. I'm going to strip off all the fluff on the bottom here because we're not going to use it. I'm also going to be stripping off and tying in the tip, and we're going to be palmering this in actually tip forward so that we get a little bit of a growth, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it. It basically will get thicker as we go up the fly, so it's thickest up top. The other way you can do this would be to tie it in here from the thick side, palmer it back, and then use a wire wrap to hold it in place. That'd be the more, that'd be my preferred way to do that. But unfortunately, this pattern doesn't call for, does not call for that. So I'm just going to lightly pull this back a bit here. Just like that, so the tip's showing. Similar to the way I would do like a wet fly hackle, a soft hackle. And actually this is a lot easier to do with tweezers. Let me get some tweezers. Come on, buddy. Untangle yourself. There we go. Okay, we're just palmering up the body, so we don't need a huge amount of hackle. We need some length to it, but we're just doing like a light separated palmer up. So nothing crazy. But I want to get rid of at least, a good 5 or 6 fronds from either side. Just so I get that first wrap or a little bit without having a lot of fronds sticking out. Now you don't care about having a little bit of a messy hackle to start with, you can completely omit this step. This just makes it like a little tidier. I just ripped the tip right off. Oh, is that salvageable? Well, I guess not. We're not gonna have enough length. 1 second, let's grab another one. Well, that didn't go as planned. Okay, so barring that, we're actually gonna reverse that and tie that in with a wire. I should have some kicking around here. Come on, get up. There we go. I'm actually going to use this. This is just Uni French silver. I got a length of it laying here, so we'll use that. We'll make the fly a little prettier. Alright, there we go. I really feel like the chat's not working, so I'm getting a little bit concerned not having anyone saying hello. This thing is supposed to mod the two chats together. So if people are saying hello and I'm not answering, I fully apologize. I am here, but I'm just not getting the chat through on my end. Okay, so we got the Uni French tinsel tied in. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out what's up with the chat. Like I said, there's gonna be a little bit of growing pains with this, but if I can get it working, that'd be awesome. And we can get everyone in on 2 different streams. Well, I can do that manually with stream keys, but it eats up like, well, literally twice the bandwidth, if not a little more. Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap up the body. Alright, well I got my wonderful wife's helping me out here, and she was able to say hello in there. So I'm assuming the chat's working. Alright, well, I'll just let it go then. Said I'll play with it over the next few days here, work out any kinks that are in the system. But yeah, we're just gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna do a slight back wrap to it, just to make a very slight thorax to this. There's basically 2 flies kind of in this series. There's the Kalama Special, which is what we're tying now, which is yellow body. And then there's the Kalama Favorite, which I'm assuming he had better luck with, given the name, that has a red body, like a bright red body, and a yellow tail. I wasn't planning on tying both. I don't think the other one's in my list. But yeah, you may see this come across as a Kalama Favorite in some books. And that would be why. So there we go. I'm gonna go back just a little past a third, and then we'll wrap back here again. That'll give us just a little thorax bump. Nothing crazy, but that will help us stand our wing and our beard up. Stay. Yeah, if I got any regulars floating around there, feel free to say hi in the chat. Looks like it is working. And if you just want to hang out and watch some fly tying, that's perfectly fine as well. Oh yeah, right. We're gonna leave that up there. I'll get this, get the badger tied in. So we want this nice, this one calls for this nice kind of blonde, light colored badger. And we don't need a huge one, so we're just palmering it back. Probably should have started with this method to begin with. It is a lot, well, in my opinion, just not only easier, but more secure, holds the hackle in. But traditionally you would be tying it in from the fine point up instead of the thick point back. But all good in the hood. This one has a fairly, just gonna grab my hemostats here. The rachis on this one's a little bit on the thick side, so I'm just gonna crush it with the hemostats. That'll also give it a little segmentation, so the thread will grip the rachis a little bit better, and hopefully not pull out on us. But I think we'll be good. Got a lot of bare hook there to bind that in on, so I think we'll be good. Once we get our white, or after we do this part here and bind this in, I'll switch back to the, well, you know what, I think I'll keep the white thread, and I haven't colored up a head with a Sharpie in a good while, so we'll go that route. I'm gonna use the light hackle pliers for this one, and we might not even really use half of this hackle. I'm gonna get one wrap. It's gonna behave itself. There we go. I get one wrap right around that collar, and then I'll start palmering it back here. All the pictures I've seen, it has a fairly sparse, well separated palmer back, so I'm gonna try and recreate that. And I think really this is more for the segmentation, which that silver uni French shouldn't hurt anything. I normally would use wire so I get a nice real tight binding down, but I got the uni French on the desk there, already had the piece cut, and I think it'll work fine. So we'll find out shortly here. Maybe Nimby's horribly wrong. Okay, so we got our thing back, and we're going to take our uni French here, and we're going to be wrapping in the opposite direction. As soon as I can grab it. Come on, buddy. I'm trying to keep away from that ridiculously sharp point. Oop, there we go. Well, broke the hackle, but I got it bound in at the same point, so we're good. Okay, we're just gonna Just kind of wiggle it back and forth like this. For the most part, that'll knock all the hackle off. You shouldn't really bind in too many hackle pieces doing that. Yeah, like a copper, I think either a brass or copper colored wire would actually look really good on this. In hindsight, that would go really well with the almost blonde badger. There we go. Now that's going to bind that whole hackle down, so it'll make it a whole lot more durable. Add a little bit of shine to the body. Holy cow, the chat's working. Hey Valhalla, hey man, can you give me a hand here? I got I'm running the new split screen vertical horizontal YouTube's new thing that they just put out in Canada today. It's been out in the States for a little bit now, but it just got released yesterday in Canada. And I know I'm not really set up for it properly yet. I need to do some adjustments because I do have my camera set up for vertical and I'm pumping it out to horizontal. So I don't know if that's part of the problem, but I'm going to play with it. But I just want to make sure that the stream looks good, chat's working. Yeah, they just put it out last night, and I was going to wait a day or two and play with it before I went live with it, but when I was sitting here this morning, I'm like, you know, just give it a shot and see if it's even working. I can always just restart the stream if it's not working. And it seemed to be working, but I'm not getting like anyone in chat. Like you're my first hello, besides my wonderful wife helping me out with giving it a shot. So yeah, everything like, I mean, does the stream look okay? Because you're used to the quality. To me, the vertical looks like maybe a little bit fuzzier than normal. But it's hard for me to tell, really, to be honest. So I'll have to watch the VODs after and see if it even saves both or if it just saves the horizontal. I'm not sure how it all works yet because it's new. But yeah, it's going to take a bit. I'm going to have to play with it. Really? Okay, cool. That's my main thing. You can hear the music, you can hear my voice okay, like the mic's all good. Oh, that's a good... Oh. You sure? I mean, I can if you want me to, but... That's a good point, though, because you and wife are mods. I'm sure I had it set for everyone, but let me do that. Alright, you have been demodded, my friend. Give her a try. Okay, well, I guess it's working. I'm just not getting anyone chatting, I suppose. Which is a bit odd. I've had like 50, 60 people. Add as moderator. Standard moderator. There we go. Oh, you should be moderator again. Thanks. Really? Is that what's going on? Ah. I don't even know how to change that on this setup now. It's a different screen. Well, not entirely different, but... that would be why there's not a lot of chat going on. Well, you were able to chat without being a mod, but yeah, I guess that would make sense if it was subscriber only. Okay, well, we're gonna run with it for today. I don't see an option for me to change that midstream. Obviously, I got a few bugs to work out with the starting settings. Okay, well, at least it's physically working, all the streams there, so that's cool. We'll run with it for now. Not much choice. All good though. Seems to be pushing out fine, so that part's cool. Okay, so the next part we're gonna do is the wing on this guy, and it's got a wing and a beard, and we're gonna throw in a little bit of a beard um, after the fact, after I get the wing in here. So wing's gonna be white bucktail. That's way too much, so let's spin that down. It just has like a light wing to it, maybe about half of what we've been doing on the other flies. No, the Streamlab animals come up just on people chatting. Like it doesn't take into account any subscriptions or anything like that. Literally, if you just as long as you chat in the chat and it goes through the chat server, it'll pick you up as a user and make an account for you. I must have missed an option somewhere where it went to subscriber only for chat. But that's okay. As long as it's working, that's kind of what I'm worried about. I can fix that kind of stuff after. I apologize to anyone that's trying to say hello that can't say hello. We will be here for you later. Okay, so that is quite the bucktail. I'm gonna stack this, but I'm gonna kind of separate it a bit here because I got a lot of really long fibers in there. So I'm gonna grab the long ones, the longer ones, pull them out. Morning. This is one of those. Really? Because we get not our subscriber only. Oh, okay. That's weird because I'm sure my settings are not that way, but I'll have to check all my settings over again. Clearly, I got something off. Probably have a lot more chatter in here if it wasn't. Not that I care if it's subscriber only, that's fine. Probably why I don't have as many problems with trolls and whatnot. Hey, there we go. We got Robin. We got Ewas in. Yeah, I'm running a new, just so you guys know, I'm running a new, I know I've said it numerous times already, but since you guys just popped in, I'm running the new YouTube multi-stream thing that they released last night for Canada. So I'm giving that a shot. So if you guys notice anything weird or funky or you can't talk or what have you, let me know. That'll help me get this running and set up correctly. It's probably going to be a few days of poking around with all the settings to get it working properly. I don't really have my camera set up for horizontal right now, so I'm just kind of pushing my vertical feed through the horizontal. But I will, because I was actually dual streaming like this before, but it just ate up a ton of bandwidth. But yeah, good to have you both in. Well, I seen him say hello already. It's all good. I think like Valhalla said that it's showing up as a subscriber only chat, and I don't see the option for that. So I apologize to the non-subscribers. If you want to chat, just drop a sub and feel free to bounce in and say hello. There you go. That is very true. Just trying to clean this up a little bit. Got a lot of kind of rogue hairs going on here. Flick. And I had to wear black today, so I'm gonna have white hair all over me for the rest of the day. There we go. So that's probably about all we need. Like, it's really just a sparse wing. Like I said before, I grabbed about half. Woohoo! That's true. Yeah, it's just a little different for me. It's gonna take me a few days to get used to the setup because it is a little different, and I'll have to make some adjustments to my screens and everything, but nothing crazy. It'll be nice to have the dual streaming. I've wanted that for a good while now, and it seems to be working, so yay. Progress. Upwards and sideways, right? Come on, get in there. Oh, good. Ugh, I need to tighten my vise. I got this fly in there like super loose. But Nimby's being lazy and he's not adjusting his vise. How's it look on your guys' side? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. One of the issues with bucktail that I totally just forgot about dealing with is it's white. And if you have any fibers sticking out forward, it's really obvious when you go to tie your head up. And I got this like a hair closer to the eye than I'd like it to be. So when I go to cut it off, I'm going to have a little bit of a puff there. I really should have tied it back, about half a millimeter. But can't change that now, so we're not going to worry about it. Well, I guess I could technically change it. I could go retie it, but I'm not going to. The jaws become a V. For a leg vise? Well, they make different vise jaws. I know you're talking about metal vices, not tying vices, but same difference, right? Um, I know you can get, I don't know if yours has swappable jaws or not, but there are jaws that have indents in them, like kind of like similar to my vice top here, where it's got the holes for the hook. So if you're grabbing round stock, normally they're like a V shape, so the round stock will fit in and bite down and it won't spin. I know when I was doing jewelry work, I would always switch my jaws out to those when I was doing bracelet work and things like that to stop it from spinning. And of course, you can go like a really light brass or things like that that'll, yeah, I kind of figured it would be. Um, Maybe you can make yourself like one other vise I had jaws that slipped over top, and one of them was like nylon or some kind of plastic, and the other one was like a really soft brass for working with different materials without scarring it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Amazon vices that are aluminum, and if you're starting out with that, okay, I gotcha. Hmm, I'm not sure if you can fix that terribly easily without making more of a problem than you're fixing. That's a good question. It's almost maybe easier to just get a different style vise in. The only thing I'd think of is, like I said, if you have the ability to make or you have some jaws that you can slip over. Yeah, that's what I mean. It might be it might be more of a bear than it's worth fixing. But yeah, you can definitely get jaw vise covers. I don't know how universal they would be. You'd probably have to modify them to make them nice and tight. But it's soft material, so you should be able to pound it out and make it sit, I would think. But, you know, that's the only idea that comes to mind. Sorry. That's all I got. Yeah. Oh, I know. Vices aren't cheap. Especially good ones. Plaque. Come on, buddy. Stop shedding. Alright. So I got the little fuzzy head that I was trying to avoid. Ended up getting it anyway. But we're gonna nail that with a black Sharpie before we tie this all up. Like I said, I haven't colored up a head here in a while. So we'll see how that goes. For a long time, that's all I did was use white thread and color it. You could. The problem with that is you're gonna limit the amount of force you can put on there, right, to whatever the threads will hold, which the threads can hold quite a bit. But I mean, you're still gonna limit yourself to because you basically have a big lever, right? Sorry, one second here. I'm just grabbing the other bucktail, and we're gonna give it just a little throat of brown bucktail, but I'm gonna be taking it from the bottom here. And I just want just a little bit. Ugh, I need to take this song off of my playlist. Not a big fan of it. Need to do some playlist culling. There we go. That's much more my speed this morning. Alright, so I'm just cutting off a chunk of the bottom hide. It's going to be a lot more flexible and poofy. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to stack this or not. Let's have a look. Well, I definitely need to clean it, though. It's got a lot under fur in it. Okay, we'll clean it and then we'll stack it. That's a lot more dirty than the other part. Let's see how much I pull out of here. There we go. I really should. Yeah. Yeah. That's a hard one because it's like you could modify. I guess it really depends on how much you like the vise and if it's useful for other things, right? If it's useful for other things, it might be cheaper and easier and faster to just get a different vise for that specific thing. It's hard to say though. I mean, if it's got a lot of meaning and sentimental to you, then vise jaw covers are probably going to be your best bet. Because then you can just take them off and have it as is. But like I said, as soon as you start drilling holes and bolting stuff, you know, then you're kind of committed at that point, right? Okay, got it in the stacker there. Let's try and get this together. See if it wants to play ball. Nah. Oh, better than it was. Actually didn't stack as well as I was expecting it to. But it's not horrible. Better than what we started with. Alright. So we're just going to put this in as a beard. And all the images I got of this thing show like a fairly long underbeard, so that might be that's a good point actually. Yeah, I mean you're smacking on it, right? So eventually gravity and physics are going to win at some point. Okay, I just thinned that out, took about half of it off. I had way too much there for a beard. I was expecting to strip a lot more out when I stripped it. Alright. Yeah, I mean, especially like hammers, as long as the handles are, you know, decent. and the steel's not too soft on the head, then it should work fine for you. I always thought Harbor Freight tools were actually a lot more useful than people. Wow. I always thought that, there we go. So I took it from the bottom of the, get over a little bit, buddy, come on. I took it from the bottom of the, come on, brain, with the words. The bottom of the bucktail. This whole bottom part here that kind of hooks onto the butt. This collar. You can spin this because it's got a lot of loft to it. As soon as you get down, there's almost like a separation you can see right here. You can see the separation. Anything from here down is a lot more, almost like plastic. Where this is kind of your bucktail from here down. This top part here, you don't actually get these on a lot of bucktail. A lot of time they'll cut this off, and this will be in your kind of leftover dyed bucktail pieces and things like that. But it's a very useful piece because it's the hair up top there is a lot more hollow. You can see how much it's, spreading out. So you can use it for things like this, or if you want, I wanted this to splay out like it did, and that actually worked out quite well for me. Yeah, I'd be upset if you had less than 20. Those are your artistic brushes, right? Okay, I think I got that in there enough that we can trim this now. Again, I might have got a little too close to the eye for Instagram. But we're going to try and pull this up and clip it off. Actually, that went pretty well. Got one or two hackle fibers that are trapped in there somehow. So we're just going to relieve those of duty. There we go. And that's all it calls for, just a very slight, splayed out beard. And that's what we got now. Thanks, Val. We might actually get our 1,000 subscribers today too. I forgot about that. Wow, I got a lot of fuzz coming off here. Come on, buddy. Part of me wants to hang on to that while I'm making this head, but I'm gonna just. Okay, maybe I'll hang on to it. It really just wants to go all over the place. I'm building up bulk here for the head, and I'm also just shaping it, and then we're going to color it with Sharpie, so not too worried about burying everything in. Okay, well, that's what we started with. All good. Like I said, I'm not pushing numbers or anything. Obviously it's going to be a good thing for us to hit 1,000, and we're so close. So yeah, if you're watching and you like what you see, feel free to tap that subscribe button. Maybe you'll be the lucky 1,000th subscriber for me. That would make me happy. And you get awesome, cool fly tying lives at the same time. So there you go. Yeah, just like overall the stream looks pretty normal, like nothing crazy. Okay, we're gonna do whip finish. Also, this pattern traditionally has jungle cock eyes tied in on the sides. I'm skipping that because I don't have enough jungle cock to use on it. Hey Maddie, how's it going, mate? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Alright, let's get that Sharpie out. AI fly. No, I didn't. Honestly, I passed out pretty early last night after work. I will check it out after, though. I've been distracted with this new streaming thing trying to figure it out. So we're just going to color this up with the black Sharpie. Apologize though, Robert. I'm normally on the ball with that stuff, but I will check it out when we're done here. For sure. Yeah, I'm kind of losing faith in the eye stuff. Like, I'm playing around with it and sometimes enjoying it, but I mean, overall, it's like, God, it's just not very good. It's generally speaking, it's almost always easier for me to just do it myself. Yeah, I was kind of excited about this new multi-stream thing that they set up. I'm waiting for them to release it to Canada. Because I really wanted to do the multi-streaming, like vertical and horizontal, because I like the horizontal format. Yeah, AI could be a bubble or a fart. There's a couple hackles there that are driving me nuts. Just gonna pull those out. We need to let the Sharpie marker dry a second here before I add the head cement, or it'll kind of bleed into it. But you can see how you can take white thread and just color it with a Sharpie, and it looks, you know, definitely passable as a black thread head. Oh, come on, man. Well, okay, be that way. There, I mean, that's pretty good. Didn't really crowd the head. Like I said, I got the bucktail a little closer to the head than I would have liked. That's a cute little fly, though. I mean, I'm happy with that. It definitely would have looked better with some jungle cock eyes on it now that I'm looking at it. I probably should have put on some, I even had some sitting here. Come on, Nimby, what are you doing? But I had some starling that would have looked pretty sharp, actually. Well, I don't know how much that would have actually added to it. Well, next time. Hey, Scenic City. Welcome in, mate. I like watching your streams, man. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate that. And I always like your bulldog pictures. Me and the wife like our bulldogs. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Yeah, good to have you in. Here, I'm gonna mod you up. You've definitely been around the block for a while. Oh, shoot. Wrong person. There you go. I was gonna do like a video on AI flies and like get AI to make me a fly and then try and tie it, but like at that time, I mean it's gotten better since then, but at that time the AI was creating these like crazy flies, and it's like I can't tie that. Like this is not even like physically possible. Hey, Matt's back in. Good to have you back, Matt. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to 1,000. I only need a handful of people now. Okay, we're gonna let that set a bit. You can see I got like a little black on my um, from the Sharpie marker. I probably should have let it sit for another minute or so. But that's boring. That's like watching paint dry. Alright, so we're just gonna rotate this for a minute or two. Just let this set up. It's weird. Like sometimes it'll give you something kind of brilliant that you wouldn't have thought of, and other times it's just like, what are you doing, man? AI is such a mixed bag. There you go, Matt. Appreciate that. Yeah, so simple little steelhead streamer. It's starting to glass up. Probably needs another 30 seconds here. There we go, 5 more. I'm working on my 1,000 subscriber video too. Well, I know, Matt. I'm glad that you've been popping in fairly regular, and I appreciate that. Here, tell you what, I'm gonna drop you a mod here too, so you can connect with people and everything. Okay? Cause you've been in here pretty regular. There you go, mate. Just gonna give it a little dab of Sally Hansen's because we want that nice glossy head. Just a whiff on top, nothing crazy. This will mix in with the head cement. Give us a nice lacquered head look. There we go. I like it when it kind of balls up like that. Okay, just gonna let that sit for a second here. It's magic. Just gonna check all my other streaming stuff out here. Like I said, this is a new setup for me, so just want to make sure everything's still copacetic. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna do my spin and spiel on this guy. I was trying to get 2 of these done, but I was tripping over the streaming stuff so much this morning that I only got the 1 done. Well, that's okay. I'm still happy with that. It's been a good hang with you guys this morning. Nah, you're also a good buddy and good pal and a good mate. Oh, good tea. Alright, so let's do the spin and spiel on this. I don't have a whole lot of information on this one. It's very similar to a lot of other flies. So I think that's probably why it kind of came and went, but it's still in my book, or in my list of classic flies, so we're tying it. Yeah, I gotta get, I gotta finish setting up the stream elements. It's been months now and I haven't adjusted that thing properly. I need to do that. Oh, scenic fishing's like a little lion. That's kind of cool, actually. I gotta change you to a bulldog, though, man. I'll change you later for your avatar so you can be a little bulldog. Oh, thanks, Maddie. I appreciate that, man. Thanks, Maddie. I appreciate that. I could use a little ice cream cone. Thanks, man. You're always there donating for me. I appreciate that. Helps keep me going with the giveaways and everything too. Yeah, just gonna do my little spin and spiel. Thanks again, Maddie. I really appreciate that, mate. Okay, here we have the Kalama Special in the vise. This is tied on a size 6, and it has a scarlet wisp tail, basically just rooster spay hackle tied in fairly sparsely for a tail, about the working body length. Yellow wool body, palmered all the way up with a very light blonde badger hackle, and it's chased with a uni French in silver, and then we have a white buckwing overwing and a brown bucktail beard on it. This was originally tied by Mike Kennedy of the Oshawa area, and he also tied the Kalama favorite, which is the same fly, it's just dressed with a fluorescent red body and a yellow tail, so pretty much the same fly in reverse coloration. They were both very popular all up and down the West Coast during the 60s and 70s, and fell out of favor in the 80s. Still an awesome little fly, though. Pretty classic little salmon streamer for the West Coast. All salmon steelhead streamer. I'm just going to rotate that for another minute or so here. The head's still a little wet. Yeah. If you like handmade stuff, give Valhalla a sub there. But yeah, Robert, I'll check out that post that you did there. Apologize for missing it before the stream, but like I said, I was reading all the articles trying to get this streaming stuff working. Looks like I got it working. I'll just iron out all the bugs on it. Okay, so I just want to thank everyone for hanging out this morning. We'll do our regular shoutouts. We got Valhalla, of course. We got Maddie, who's newly modded. We got Robert. We got Maddie from No Frills, of course. We got Scenic City Fishing. Sorry, mate, I just butchered your name. My bad. Who's been streaming for a long time. And a pleasure to have him in. Yeah, I know Valhalla is great if you need something like that done. Yeah, and if you're watching, I only need 5 more subs to reach 1,000. Someone's gonna be that lucky 1,000th person. And I think that's all the regulars. Oh, Ewaz. Oh man, I'm sorry, Ewaz. I missed out on Ewaz. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll play with it when I got some time offline here. Oh, it's all good, mate. I don't mind, Maddie. I'm in no rush. It's gonna come. I appreciate the offer, though. I got lots of secondary channels and subscriptions and stuff. I could do the same thing, but that's all good. It'll come in time, Maddie. No worries. I appreciate the offer, though. Hey, thanks, Robert. Appreciate that. Thanks, man. I'm gonna be doing some giveaways around the 1,000 sub mark here anyway, so I'll use all that towards shipping and whatnot to get stuff out to people. I do thoroughly appreciate that, guys. I know you work really hard for your bones, and it means a lot to me that you want to share that with me and keep the channel going. It does honestly mean a lot to me. I appreciate that very much. Oh, yeah, I got to get the kids breakfast going here and get them to school, so Gonna have to cut the live short here, and we just got the one fly in today, but it's been a good stream, and I get to play with the new software, so appreciate that. Everyone have a good morning. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for the donations, guys. I thoroughly appreciate that.